here for you. Fox 4 News starts now.
Hello, I'm Dan Godwin with a look at what's making news in North Texas. Fire heavily damaged a home some Fort Worth residents call a neighborhood jewel. The fire started last night before 11 o'clock on Northwest 24th Street, just west of the stockyards. The home has a City of Fort Worth landmark plaque. While it was purchased through the city, the plaque is not an official designation recognized by the state. Neighbors tell us they've admired the home for decades because of its distinctive design. It's something that's unique to their area.
We used to walk all this to go to high school. We used to pass this all the time. It was just a beautiful home that was very nice around this neighborhood. It was something very distinct from around here. It's something that you don't see around this neighborhood.
The cause of the fire has not been released. Neighbors tell us that no one was living in the home. A memorial is growing for a restaurant owner who was killed after police say someone followed her to rob her. 56-year-old Ta Tu, or Mrs. Kim, as customers called her, opened a Vietnamese restaurant in southeast Arlington about 15 years ago. December 29th, police say a man followed her and robbed her in the parking lot during the struggle. Police believe Tu fell and the man ran her over with his car when he was driving off. Her family is not giving up hope that the man who did this will be caught. We spoke to a relative who did not want her face shown.
She's the most amazing woman you'll ever meet, filled with love and passion. Probably the most generous person you'll ever meet. Everybody was her family. You know, it didn't matter where you came from or who you were. You know, if you came across her path, you were family.
At first, police thought Tu was followed from a local bank, but detectives can't place her at a bank that morning. However, they still believe the man followed her to the restaurant. It's just unclear from where. The family of Mrs. Kim says they've been overwhelmed by the love and support they've received from the community. A North Texas mother is asking for prayers for her 17-year-old daughter who has burns over 90% of her body. Madison Lewis was burned 2 weeks ago while gathered around a burn barrel with friends in Jacksboro, 60 miles northwest of Fort Worth. Madison's mom says a boy threw a pan with gasoline into the barrel and it caused a burst of flames. Since the incident, Madison has undergone 4 surgeries. She's being treated at Parkland Hospital's burn unit, where her treatment and recovery is going to take time.
She's supposed to graduate in May and go to college in August. Like, she has so much more to do out here, and that's why, I mean, she's a warrior. She is a fighter.
Doctors took Madison off pain medication yesterday to see if she will show signs of movement. Her mother is staying at the Ronald McDonald House, traveling back and forth from Jacksboro to Dallas to be by her daughter's side. Simply wasn't practical or affordable for the family. The city of Dallas wants a state appeals court to overturn an order blocking its ban on short-term rentals. Last year, the Dallas City Council approved new rules to keep short-term rentals out of single-family neighborhoods. A group of short-term rental operators and a nonprofit sued the city, saying the new rules are unconstitutional. A Dallas County District Court judge granted them a temporary injunction in December, blocking the city from enforcing the new rules, and now the city is looking to have that order reversed. A federal appeals court sided with Texas in a legal challenge over emergency room abortions. After the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, the Biden administration told hospitals they were obligated to provide life-saving abortions under a 1986 emergency care law. Texas sued and called the guidance a nationwide mandate. Several anti-abortion medical associations joined the lawsuit as well. The ruling said emergency rooms must follow state law. Funeral services are set for former Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson. Johnson, a Democrat, was the first black woman elected from Dallas to serve in the State House and State Senate. She then went on to represent North Texas for 30 years in the U.S. House before retiring in 2022. Monday, there is a public viewing at the Hall of State at Fair Park in Dallas. Later that evening, there will be a prayer service at Concord Church in Dallas. Her funeral is at that same church Tuesday morning. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and his wife, State Senator Angela Paxton, are the latest Republicans to fall victim to swatting. Someone anonymously called 911 to report a violent crime at the Paxton household, but the information was fake. Paxton said the incident happened New Year's Day, but he and his wife were not at their McKinney home at the time. He thanked McKinney police for responding quickly to make sure everything was okay. Several other Republicans have experienced similar swatting incidents in the past week. Next, a Fort Worth woman is making strides but is still in therapy a year and a half after a stroke and 2 heart attacks. We'll hear from her when we come back.
Next rain chance in a couple of days. All of that coming up.
Students returning to Duncanville ISD have a new backpack policy. In November, the district announced it would require all students from pre-K to 12th grade to only use clear backpacks for the remainder of the year. The district distributed clear backpacks to each student free of charge when they went on winter break last month. Students will be allowed a small, non-clear personal item bag for their money, phone, and hygiene products. A Fort Worth woman is thankful to be recovering from a stroke she suffered on the way to a concert. 42-year-old Tiffany Rubin Koenig was with her husband when he noticed her face making strange movements. They made a detour for Texas Health Arlington Memorial, where a CT scan determined she was having a stroke. She received treatment to break up the clot, but then suffered 2 heart attacks.
Slowly regaining the strength to walk again. Speaking is still obviously a bit of an issue.
A year and a half later, Tiffany is improving, but she is still in speech and vision therapy. She started a nonprofit called Sprinkling Love to help other stroke victims. A North Texas man is making it easier to help homeless people stay warm this winter. For several years, he's held a sleeping bag drive. The way it works is you buy, he delivers. Chris Bailey says the warmth can make a difference in life or death for someone on the streets.
It's pretty amazing. I handed a sleeping bag to a lady a few years ago, and it would have been 29 degrees the night before. Her name was Rebecca. I gave her a sleeping bag. She was wearing a sweater. And when I handed it to her, she said, "Thanks so much. I slept right here on the sidewalk last night, and all I had was this sweater." I can't imagine being in that position. Not everybody can get in the shelters. There's not enough room. Some of them have pets. Some of them have backgrounds that don't allow them to get into the shelters, but they're still cold.
Chris Bailey says he knows the North Texas community is looking for ways to help others and hopes he's made it simpler to do so. He provides the link to purchase the sleeping bags. They are delivered right to his door, then he hands them out. Bailey also holds toy drives, sock drives, and diaper drives throughout the year. Now, we have that link on our website, fox4news.com.
Well, rain chances will be back as soon as tomorrow night. In fact, we're expecting widespread cold showers once again across North Texas. So Thursday night will be quite wet. But the good news is that as we head into Friday, we dry out and we stay dry for the most part through the weekend. But early next week, an even stronger storm system moves in, and with that, we are going to see a very high chance of some showers and perhaps even a few thunderstorms heading into Monday. So we're going to remain in this active pattern at least over the next several days. Let's time this out for you. The parade of storm systems, they continue on Friday. Here we go. Friday morning, this is at midnight. So overnight Thursday night and early Friday morning, we are expecting widespread showers to break out, pretty similar to what we saw overnight Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning. This will quickly exit the area. We get a little bit of a break over the weekend, but then heading into early next week, an even stronger system moves in. Out ahead of it, showers and storms expected to break out across the area, but this will quickly end as we head into the day of Tuesday. As far as how much rain we'll see, here's with that next system, another 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain. So we'll take it. The rain totals, they keep on adding up. We drive through the weekend, but then early next week, that other system moves in. And with that, we'll see an additional inch or 2 of rain. And once it's all said and done, we should end up on average with 1 to 3 inches of rain across North Texas. Here's the latest drought monitor. Still dealing with some moderate drought conditions up there along the Red River, but most of the drought is gone, at least here in the Metroplex. So let's keep on getting these rain systems in here, and we'll continue to chip away at the rest of the drought. As far as the rest of today goes, it's going to be another chilly January day, but typical chill, right? Average highs 56. We'll end up around 55, 56 this afternoon. Should see decreasing clouds the second half of today as well. We do see temperatures quickly falling into the 40s, though, as we head into tonight. So make sure you grab that sweater before you head out. Otherwise, looking at Futurecast the rest of today, mixture of sun and clouds, but overall looking good. There may be a little bit of a fog overnight, and as we head into tomorrow morning, we'll start to see those clouds on the increase once again, especially in our western zones as that next system approaches. I think the rain holds off, though, most of the day on Thursday. It's not going to be until after dark on Thursday that we see those showers moving in. You can see by midnight, here it is, widespread showers breaking out across the area, but just like last night, all this is out of here by the time you wake up on Friday morning, and we do trend drier heading into the rest of your Friday afternoon. Across the country today, pretty chilly. Everybody in the 40s and 50s. The only exception is down in Miami, where there are in the 70s. But look at our temperatures over the next several days. Fairly close to where we're supposed to be. Average lows 36. Our lows will be in the upper 30s to lower 40s. During the day, same thing, right around average, maybe slightly below average, if anything, with high temperatures staying in the 50s through your Sunday. Now, up in Canada, the cold air is really starting to build, seeing -20 there in Yellowknife, -17, and that cold Siberian air is going to be working its way onto our side of the globe over the next couple of weeks. In fact, as we head towards the end of next week, towards mid-January, all signs point to the polar vortex working its way into Canada. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on as we head into the longer range. Notice temperature outlook trending colder, below average for the western half of the United States. So certainly not looking warm as we head into the second half of January. It's in 7-day forecast. In the meantime, we'll be watching rain chances Thursday night into early Friday. We're dry mostly for the weekend, but then early next week, another system brings another chance for some storms.
All right, thanks, Dylan. And that's a look at what's making news in North Texas. Of course, for news anytime, go to fox4news.com.